Hello and welcome to day four of the 21-day Ashtanga Yoga challenge. So we're going to get going straight away. So we're going to do 5 of the Surya Namaskara A's, 3 of the Surya Namaskara B's. We're going to then flow into the 6 standing poses, and then we're going to look at Prasarita Padottanasana, wide leg forward fold. There's 4 of them, and then we'll look at Parsvottanasana, which is a side forward fold with the hands behind the back. I will be taking modified versions, so stick with me if you might need your blocks. If you have fuller variations, which I discussed in the previous videos, then you're welcome to take them or just have a play around. As the days go on, we can maybe look at all of us going into the deeper variations, but for now there's no rush. We'll just use the blocks, take the support, and see how we get on. If you're feeling particularly sore or stiff after a few days, and even if your practice, you usually do these really strong chaturangas and everything, if you're feeling a little bit tender, then just drop the knees, take it easy. Otherwise, let's get going. So coming to the front of your mat. Good. Press through the soles of the feet, equal pressure from front to back, inside to outside of foot. Tailbone down, belly gently or lightly drawing in. Sternum lifted, shoulders back and down. Taking hands to prayer, beginning the practice with an Om. Release the hands to the side, beginning to engage Ujjayi breathing. Surya Namaskara A. Ekam, inhale, lift the arms, look up. Due, exhale, forward fold. Trini, inhale, rise to flat back. Chatwari, step to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Shat, exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here for 1. Tuck the chin, lengthen the neck. 2. 3. 4. 5. Sapta, inhale, step to the front of your mat, flat back. Ashta, exhale, forward fold. Nawa, inhale, rise to standing, lift the arms high. And exhale, hands to side. Let's think about where we're looking now. Inhale, lift the arms, look up between the space of the hands. Exhale, forward fold, and gaze off the tip of your nose. Inhale, rise to flat back, look forward. Exhale, step to plank and stay gazing off the tip of your nose as you lower through chaturanga. Stay at the nose as you inhale, rise upward facing. So we're going a little bit cross-eyed. And as you exhale, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Gaze between the knees or up to navel. 5 breaths for 1. So we do this because it keeps our concentration. This is called our drishti or our gaze point. And we want to make sure that we're not getting distracted by looking all around the room. It's going to help with balance as well. Take 1 more nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, step through, rise to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to standing, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to side. So let's think about Ujjayi breath and where we're looking. Ekam, inhale, lift the arms, look up. Due, exhale, forward fold. Gaze off the tip of your nose. Trini, inhale, rise to flat back, look forward. Chaturanga, step to plank, knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga, gaze off the nose. Punch it, inhale, upward facing, gaze off the tip of the nose. Exhale, downward facing dog, gaze towards the knees or up to navel for 1, 2, deep ujjayi breathing, 3, rhythmic pace, 4, 5. Inhale, step it through, rise to your flat back, gaze forward. Ashtanga, exhale, forward fold, gaze off the tip of your nose. Nawa, inhale, rise up to standing, gaze between the hands. Exhale, Samastitihi. Ekam, inhale, lift the arms, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to flat back, draw the lower belly in. Exhale, step or jump to your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. 5 breaths. 1. Tailbone lifting, remember, lift the heels, bend the knees if you need to get that length in the spine. 3. Softness in the shoulders. 4. And 5. Supta, inhale, step through, rise to flat back. Ashtanga, exhale, forward fold. Nawa, inhale, rise to standing, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to side. Last one in A. Ekam, inhale, lift the arms high. Due, exhale, forward fold. Trini, inhale, rise to flat back. Chaturanga, step or jump to plank. Roll the shoulders back, engage the glutes as you lower down. Punch it, inhale, upward facing. Shut, exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Supta, inhale, step through, rise to flat back. Ashtanga, exhale, forward fold. Nawa, inhale, rise to standing, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to side, Surya B. Ekam, inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms, Utkatasana. Due, exhale, forward fold. Trini, inhale, rise to flat back. Chaturanga, step to plank. Roll the shoulders back, engage the glutes as you lower down. Punch it, inhale, upward facing, good. Shat, exhale, downward facing. Warrior 1 or low lunge. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Square through the hips as you lift the arms. Ashtanga, exhale, step back and lower down. Knees, chest, chin if you need. Nawa, inhale, upward facing. Desha, exhale, downward facing. Ekadasha, left foot forward, warrior 1. Virabhadrasana A. Exhale, release. Step back and lower down. Don't know about you, but I'm definitely feeling these chaturangas. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1. We're building that strength and stamina. 2. 3. 4. Regulate the breath to control the mind. 5. Panchadisha, inhale, step through to the front of your mat, rise to flat back. Shodasha, exhale, forward fold, feet together, bend the knees, lift the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale to stand. Let's think about our drishtis or gaze points in this. Ekam, inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms and look to the space between your hands. Due, exhale, forward fold, gaze off the tip of your nose. Trini, inhale, rise to flat back, lift and lengthen. Chaturanga, step to plank, roll the shoulders back, lower through Chaturanga, gaze off the tip of your nose. Pancha, inhale, upward facing, gaze to the nose. Shat, exhale, downward dog, gaze to knees. Right foot forward, warrior one. Inhale, lift the arms and look to thumbs. Ashtanga, exhale, step back, gaze off the tip of your nose as you lower down. Noah, inhale, upward facing, looking up. Desha, exhale, downward facing. Ekadasha, left foot forward, warrior one, gaze to thumbs. Dvedasha, exhale, step back and lower down, gaze off the nose. Triodasha, inhale, gaze off the tip of the nose. Jatodasha, exhale, downward dog. One, drop to the knees, child's pose if you need. Two, otherwise regulate the breathing. Three, four, and five. Panchadisha, inhale, step or jump it through, rise to flat back. Shodasha, exhale, forward fold. Saptadisha, bend the knees, lift the arms. Utkatasana, exhale to stand. Last one, let's keep it going. Inhale. Exhale. Get familiar with the movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Well done. Hands to waist. Step or jump the feet hip distance apart. Padangusthasana, forward fold. Then forward from the hips. Peace fingers around big toes. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Elbows wide to the side. One. Two. Weight lightly tipping forward. Three. Soften the shoulders. Four. Five. Padahastasana. Inhale, rise to flat back. Hands under feet. Toes touch the creases of the wrist. Exhale, forward fold. Padahastasana. One. Pada means feet. Hasta means hands. Hands under feet pose. Three. Four. Five. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, stand. Exhale, step. Feet together, hands by the side. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle. Inhale, step back, face the back of your mat, lift the arms. Exhale, extend forward, release the right hand down. Take a block if you need. Gaze to top left thumb. One. Two. Three. Lengthen in the legs. Four. Five. Inhale, rise up. change direction. Exhale, extend and release. Quick transfer or quick changes. 1, work on practicing these. 2, deep breathing. 3, 4, 5. Revolve triangle, Parivrtta Trikonasana. Inhale, rise up, left foot in, right foot out. Close the hip, square to the back of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the arms, take the block to the outside of the front foot, right hand to back. Stay here, straight legs, otherwise release the top hand overhead. Gaze to the top, right thumb. 1, find the length through the right side of the body. 2, draw the right hip back. 3, 4, contraction of the glutes. 5, quick interchange. Inhale, rise up, face the other direction. Roll the right hip in, lift the arms high overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Block to the outside of the foot, right hand to outside of foot. Left hand to lower back. Find the movement that you're in today. 2, maybe the hand stays at the back. 3, work on lengthening the legs. 4, and 5. Inhale, rise up to T, find the length of your mat. Exhale, step forward, Samastitihi, standing balance pose. Let's keep going. Take the block in the right hand. Extended side angle. Inhale, step the right leg out, much longer stance. Face the back of the mat. Bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, block to the outside of the foot. Extend the arm over. 1, option for elbow on knee. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to T, right foot in, left foot out. Exhale, bend the left foot, block to outside, drop the hand, come over. 1, front knee over front ankle. 2, press into the outer edge of the back foot. 3, 4, 5, press up, rise to T, square to the back of the mat, square and lift the heel, drop the knee, Parivrtta Padasvanasana. Inhale, lift the left arm high, bend the elbow, take it to the outside of the knee. Hands to prayer position, top elbow lifts. Option to stay here, press forward into the front knee, or tuck the back toe and lift the knee. 2, contract the glutes, breathe deep. 3, 4, 5, release the knee, hands to heart. Tuck the toe, inhale, rise. Roll it round, face the other way, lift the back heel. Exhale, drop the knee, untuck the toe. Lift the right arm high. Take it over to the outside of the knee, hands to prayer. Press the top hand against the bottom, look to the back of your mat, lifting the knee for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop the knee, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise. Exhale, step to the front of your mat. We did it. Well done. Take a breath. Whew. Let's move into our Prasaritas, Padottanasana. Wide leg forward fold. So find the stance against the length of your mat. Depending on your flexibility, if you're tighter in your legs, you're going to want your feet wider apart to begin. The more flexible you become, the feet can be closer together. And also think about proportions of your body. If you've got really long legs, then they might want to be a little bit wider than mine. I'm fairly short. I've got very short legs and quite long arms. So my legs tend to be a little bit closer together. So just become aware of that. Position of the feet. Make sure they're in line with one another, toes facing forward. If you have a tendency to press out against the outer edges of your feet, then your cue is going to be to suck the inner thighs together and activate. And if you're very tight here, rolling into the inner side of the feet, your cue will be to press down onto the outer edges of the feet. Equal balance. Prasarita A. Inhale, lift the arms, shoulder height. Exhale, take hands to waist. As you breathe in, lift through the chest. And as you exhale, hinge forward from the hips, lengthen through the front of the body. This is important to talk about actually. Quite often when we fold forward, the rib cage collapses down to the hip and we close this area of the body. We want to maintain the length and distance through, in between the rib cage and the hip. So it's folding from the hip rather than folding from the upper back. Okay, so hands to hips. Inhale, lift the chest, find the length, keep that length, and then fold forward. Release the hands to the floor. Now, if your hands don't touch the floor, take your blocks underneath your hands. From there, walk the hands back in line with the feet. So my fingertips are in line with my toes. Inhale, rise to flat back, lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms, and then exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin towards the chest. If you feel like you need some support here, if it's too strong on the legs, take the block underneath the head and press the forehead down, tip the weight forward for 2, good, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, rise to flat back, keep the hands as they are. Exhale, hands to waist from here. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, take a breath. Good, Prasarita B. There's 4 of these. Inhale, A, B, C, D. Exhale, hands to waist. Very gently and lightly roll the shoulders and elbows back, just so we can widen through the collarbone and chest, and the sternum can lift. So this time the hands stay on the waist. What that means is as we fold forward, because we don't have the support of the hands, it becomes a slightly deeper stretch through the lower back, the back of the legs, the lower back, and the inside of the leg. So again, if this feels too intense for you, you can take your hands down and stay at Prasarita A. So the inhale, lift up, light drawing back of the shoulders and the elbows, and exhale, forward fold. Now you should feel that nice and deep into the calves and the hamstrings. Equal pressure through the soles of the feet, and maybe very gently just tuck the weight forward into the toes. If you feel any niggles through the inside of your knees, bend your knees a little bit or walk the feet slightly closer together. Take the breath in, all on one inhale, we rise to stand. Good, exhale here, hands by the side, Prasarita C. Inhale, take the arms out to the side, and as you exhale, take the hands behind the back. Now this is one where you might need lots of different variations. So the main, or the end result that we're maybe trying to get to is the interlinking the fingers behind the back and the palms draw together. So for a lot of people, that's quite challenging because we're then going to come forward. So you might want to take your fists together, which creates more space in the shoulders, or somewhere in between, you might want to take each hand to each elbow. If there are shoulder injuries, take a belt in between the hands and keep the hands wider than shoulder width distance apart. Good, so let's find your variation. And again, pause me, have a play around, see what works in the body. What we want to do is roll the shoulders back and down, and I don't want there to be too much pressure or change through the shoulders at this point. Quite often we squeeze the shoulder blades back and lengthen through the elbow joint, and what that's doing is applying too much pressure for our forward fold. So just in a neutral position and work on lifting the chest. Create the space between the rib cage and the hip bone and maintain that as you exhale, forward fold. Softness in the shoulders. Tuck the chin towards the chest, and as you forward fold, we're lifting the arms up and overhead. So again, depending on the flexibility of the back of the body and the shoulders will depend on where the arms go. We take our 5 breaths here. The aim is not to stretch and strive in this, allow gravity to assist. And on your inhale, after 5 breaths, we gently rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, Prasarita D. The 4th one, hands come to the waist first of all. Inhale, lift the chest. Good, and as you exhale, forward fold from the hips, keep the length from the rib cage to the hip bone. And then release the hands, peace fingers around the big toe. Now, if there's any issues finding those toes, wrap your hands around your ankles. Inhale, rise to flat back. And as you exhale, drop the crown of the head down and lift the elbows high to the sky. We take our 5 breaths here. Also, a good point to mention is pelvic floor, the space between the sit bones, the 2 sit bones, the pubic bone and the tailbone, that whole area, draw it up energetically. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, step forward to the front of your mat. Shake it out. Good. So we've got the first 6 poses, and then we go into Prasarita Padottanasana A to D, which we've just done, which is a wide leg forward folds. And what you'll notice is it increases in lengthening from each one. The last pose we're going to look at today is Parsvakonasana. And what you will notice is as the positions go, they set up for the next position. So Prasarita C, where we talked about hand positions to open the shoulders, that is in preparation for the pose that we're going to now do. Also for the legs as well, and you'll see why. So to begin, we're going to take our hands behind our back. The final variation for that is prayer position, reverse prayer. So how do we get into that? So I want you to try first of all, turn your thumbs wide to the side, palms face forward. Then as you breathe in, lift the chest and take the arms behind you. Turn the thumbs now in. So we're internally rotating at the shoulders. So we've opened the chest, but we're internally rotating the shoulders. And then you're going to bend your elbow, take the hands behind. Now position 1 is hands to elbow. If there's any shoulder injuries, take your belt. Position 2, maybe the fist comes together. Position 3, lift the hands and plant the palms together. And if you're finding that you can't quite get the big, not the big thumbs, just the thumbs, to join, press your elbows back. But these are all sufficient. They're going to do the job just as well. So you find what works better for you. But it's really important to remember, turn the palms, open the chest. Turn the thumbs in, internal rotation of the shoulder, and then come through. So I'm going to take the medium one, hands to elbows today. You know, we've got 18 more days of this, don't want to overdo it. And from there, inhale, step the right foot back, and we pivot round to face the back of the mat. So my right foot is forward, left foot back, 45 degrees. Now, have a look at your hips. We want them in line. So I need to press my right hip back and my left hip forward. It's the same in that revolved triangle, same in the extended side angle. Right hip back, left hip forward. Both legs remain straight. Take a breath. I've got this really big arch in my back, but a lot of you will probably be here, which is also okay. So that it's better, in fact. Inhale, lift the chest. Squeeze the outer edges of the hips in, so a slight contraction of the glute muscles. Stabilize through the hip joint. We don't want the hips swaying off from left to right. And very gently keep that length through the front of the body. Begin to forward fold over the right leg. Now, just check in with the hips. Make sure we've got that nice, straight, long spine. And then once you reach your maximum, tuck your chin, look towards the big toe of the right foot. 2, good. 3, if you can, just check in with your shoulders. Quite often I see this, and that's going to indicate the positioning of your hips. So just have a play around Whilst we're here, we're trying to squeeze the right hip back, roll the left hip forward. What does that do to your shoulders? Maybe drop the right shoulder, drop the left. Have a little play. We want it in neutral. Inhale, rise up. From there, right foot turns in, left foot turns around to the front. Reposition. It's also worth saying the alignment here. Traditional alignment, front heel is in line with back arch, but it's the same principle that I talked about a few days ago. We want the hips to be squared in the direction we're going. And for some of you, that will be challenging with the back foot in line. So if you step it wider, it literally gives space for the hips to square without causing any knee or hip issue, or ankle in fact. So I like to keep my feet a little bit separate. And as the days go on, as the months, the years pass, maybe we then move it and come in as the body begins to open up. But you know, this practice thing takes a long time. Take the hands behind the back, each hand to each elbow. Draw the left hip back, lift the chest. Exhale, keep the length from the rib cage to hip bone and come forward. Good. Quite often the left shoulder will drop, so draw the right hip, the right shoulder down, look towards the big toe, so you're lengthening out through the back of the neck. Let's take 3 more breaths here for 1. Squeeze the inner thighs together. 2, straighten the front leg. And 3, inhale, gently rise. Exhale, step forward. And release. Good. We did it. So we've added on Panangusasana, Padahastasana, Uttita Trikonasana, Parivrita Trikonasana, Uttita Parsvakonasana, Parivrita Parsvakonasana, Prasarita Padottanasana, A to D, and then finally Parsvakonasana. Good. We did it. So let's come into our 4 closing poses. Yoga Mudras, sealing in the benefits of our practice. Slow it down, email me, ask if you've got any questions. Take the hands behind the back, each hand to each elbow. Take the breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Support with a block if you need for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, rise up. Padmasana, index finger and thumb joined together. 10 deep Ujjayi breaths from here. Close the eyes or a soft gaze towards the floor. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take the hands to the floor, fingertips press down, tuck the knees in, lift the feet off of the floor, squeeze the knees to the chest. Practice or preparation for Ukluti 2. Good. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, release. Come onto your backs from here. Taking rest. Well done. We did it. Take the hands beside the body. Allow the feet to fall just wider than hip distance apart. We're beginning to set these healthy habits by rolling out the mat each day and discovering what our bodies are capable of. Yoga is all about maintaining the fluctuations of the mind. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That is the second sutra in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. And it quite literally means yoga is. It's telling us what yoga is. Controlling the fluctuations of the mind. By creating a daily physical practice, you begin to open the body. You begin to observe the mind's patterns. And we're wanting to do this so that we're able to lie or sit for a longer period of time without getting distracted by physical ailments or mental distraction. From here, take a lovely deep breath in and out through the nose. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, maybe stretch the arms up overhead. Bend the knees, soles of the feet to the ground, and gently roll onto your right hand side. From there, slowly make your way up to your seated position. Crossing the ankles, take a block if you need, take the hands to prayer. Let's close the practice today on and on. Take a nice deep breath. Namaste. Thank you. A million thank yous. We did it, day 4. So tomorrow we'll do that whole sequence in that rhythmic pace. Just do what you can. And then we're going to add on 2 more positions. Those positions are Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, bit of a tongue twister, which is the first standing balance pose. And then we're going to look at Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana, which means Ardha half, Baddha bound, forward fold. So it's our first 2 standing balance poses, which are amazing for the body, for the mind coordination. We also need some hamstring strength, and it's our first deep external rotator through the hip joint. So lots of variations and modifications for these to achieve the openness through the body, which we'll look at tomorrow. I'll stop going on and on and on. Well done. It's lovely to see you, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Keep going. All right, bye.